Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Ellingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
It feels good to be back on schedule, Nelson. We're back on a Monday. And do you know, our inconsistency of posting on the same day even sometimes gets me confused.
Yeah.
Because I came home, but you were like in bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe we're not recording tonight. So even, listener, even I am not sure when an episode will come out.
You were like, oh, it's a Monday, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. That is...
They're normally on a Monday, but it's not a guarantee.
But 2 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. If you ask me, we spoil our listeners. You know?
Yeah. This will be the biggest surprise of all.
Lucky bastards.
People will be like, what?
Yeah. They probably plan their lives around it being late.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll make plans on Monday because Reddit will be late.
Yeah.
So someone's probably out on a date right now and they get that little notification. Because sometimes, if you subscribe to a podcast, it'll let you know the new episode's out.
Yeah,
like, oh my God, I have to cancel this date.
And end the date. Yeah. Obviously don't continue the date.
No. If you are on a date, play it in the restaurant or wherever you are loud. Tell people what it is. Try and get some subscribers.
Yeah. That's perfect point. Yeah. I'm sorry that I even insinuated that you should cancel
You wanted
the date.
them to leave a public place with potential new listeners and subscribers and go listen in isolation.
What an idiot. Do you know what would be even better is if the restaurant is playing some music.
Oh yeah, like just get onto that Bluetooth.
Plug in your phone. Start playing the episode.
Yep.
I think you'll get applauded at the end of the night, or people will get upset when you have to leave the restaurant.
Okay, we should, just in case this does happen.
Yeah.
Hello, diners of the restaurant.
Hello.
We are a weekly Reddit-based podcast, and we welcome you to our new family. Please subscribe.
I hope your meal's fine.
Yep.
Because your ears are going to be loving what they're hearing. So you may as well get them taste buds going too.
And get those subscriber fingers out. On with the show, Nelson.
Yeah. But seriously, subscribe. Right, good. Glad we covered that base.
We normally leave the inane subscriber stuff till the end of the episode, but this week we pushed it right up.
Yeah. What if they were at a movie? That's annoying.
That's right. You can't really spoil Hobbs and Shaw, can you?
Yeah, because it's so good. Yeah. Nothing could spoil it. It's just so good. Anywho, Cambo, should we get into it?
Please.
Good. This first Reddit on Reddit was in the subreddit White People Twitter. And it was by the user Quite the Cool Bean.
Quite the Cool Bean?
Yep.
Cool.
And their heading is, or maybe nobody's getting married because of cooties. Think about that.
Okay.
And this was a screenshot of a Twitter thing by Time and then a comment underneath. And Time's article headline was, millennials want jobs and education, not marriage and kids. And then Kelly has replied and she said, alternate headline, y'all fucked up the economy so badly that we can't focus on marriage and kids because we're struggling to afford to live.
Now, as two entitled millennials ourselves, do you have opinions on this?
Yes, definitely.
I love a clickbait millennial article. I almost forgot the word.
Yeah. Well,
because we don't read newspapers, Nelson. Millennials are killing the newspaper.
Yeah, I know.
They're all about apps and
newspapers in the future will just be headlines.
Yeah.
There won't be any other content.
Yeah. You click and it'll be like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Or they'll all just be like, they'll have, the paywall.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to read the article, you've got to pay $1 because no one does that.
Yeah.
So that just saves them from having to write an article.
I thought it might just be a meme
of
the headline.
That could be it as well. That would be pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, God, I want that paper.
But I love all the things millennials are killing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I actually thought this was interesting. I'm the opposite opinion of what this post is about.
Okay.
Because I didn't really think that it was totally taking a jab at millennials. I felt like it was just kind of stating a fact. Yeah. It's like, hey, millennials want jobs and education, not marriage and kids.
Yeah.
And as somebody who doesn't really want marriage and kids necessarily.
Yeah, you want
I'm
jobs and
kinda
education.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I would, what a good job, education. And then this person has obviously taken offense to it
Sure, yeah.
and said,
like a classic
"You're
millennial.
like a fucking millennial."
Millennials are killing not being offended.
Yeah, that's right. And
You can't have South Park anymore, can you?
yeah.
I'd be a
And,
good baby boomer, I think.
Yeah, I reckon.
Thanks.
We're on the
Because
cusp anyway.
that's-
We're
that's-
not really.
that's what- no,
There's
we're
another-
not.
There's another generation before, right?
No, millennials are like 37 now. Like it goes further than you think. But
No, yeah, but I mean, because there's baby boomers.
And then a generation and then millennials. Yeah,
millennials,
yeah.
right? Or is
Yeah.
it 2 generations?
I think just the one. Gen X, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And so are we Gen Y, but also
yeah,
millennials?
yeah.
Okay.
But I love this thing where everyone is offended at everyone else. Because millennials are always offended at stuff that baby boomers are saying.
Yeah.
And baby boomers are always offended that millennials are offended at everything. Like, oh, you can't say anything. Oh, they're always whinging, aren't they? Not seeing the irony in what they're doing.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I saw a good little clip the other day. Occasionally, the ABC in Australia has some clips online where they just show old ABC footage.
Yeah.
And it's
Especially because
brilliant. I
the
really love
ABC
it.
here, like the Australian Broadcast Network,
Yeah.
comedy, sorry, not network, is the government-funded one. Because I know in America, ABC is like a commercial station
Yeah.
because it's the American Broadcast Company.
Yeah.
But that's like not a government-funded thing. So yeah, they have all these like old, just pure interest pieces on
Yeah.
because a commercial station would never do that.
Yeah. And one of the things they had once was talking about they went around the street. So this is like black and white TV. I have no concept of time, but let's
probably
say
60s.
60s. Yep. And they said they were talking about, how do you think the younger generation has it easier
Yeah.
in some way or not? It was like a little bit more specific to something, but it was basically what
Uh-huh.
the argument always is. And it was really interesting because, they're interviewing younger people, they're interviewing older people, and ultimately the view kind of was mixed in that some people were like, oh yeah, the younger people have it so easy.
Uh-huh.
But then there were some older people that was like, well, we probably had it just as easy when we were younger,
Yeah.
and there's no real difference. But I think the difference is nowadays is that we don't really have these like conversations where we just ask everybody what they think. We kind of just have, nothing, no conversation, just people posting online what they think about millennials, for example, or the younger generation in general. So it's just this one-sided yelling at people. There's no other side saying, well, no, like maybe when you were younger, or nobody cares enough to be, like one baby boomer saying to another baby boomer, well, actually, we had it pretty good when we were young too. Because why do you need to have that conversation? It's irrelevant, you know? You're not going to waste your time to tell somebody else who's yelling at the internet that millennials are the worst, that you think that we had it just as easy,
That's true. And there's this really interesting speech given by Adam Conover, who does Adam Ruins Everything. And he's not always the most like factually non-manipulative. We'll put it that way. But it's about generations, essentially. His whole speech is about generations.
Yeah.
And he does show this thing that I think is really interesting. It's a Time magazine cover, and it's about the millennial, the lazy generation. It's a picture of a girl on her phone. Mm-hmm. And then he shows 2 other Time magazine covers from like 30 years apart, where it was Gen X, the lazy generation.
Yeah.
Then it was the baby boomers, the lazy, entitled generation.
Yeah.
And he's like, maybe when you're young, you're just a bit more entitled, and then you grow up and you're not. And it's nothing to do with your generation. It's just being a human.
Yeah.
Which I think is actually a very interesting point.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, it's like, even, like, I think some people are just, I think it's more personality even than age.
Yeah.
Because he's sort of saying, still there will be, when you're younger, you might feel more entitled. Okay, maybe that is true on a high average.
Yeah.
But my opinion is that some people just feel entitled their entire life, and some people don't, and it's often just about the circumstance in which you live in. And
actually, let me say this in defense of the baby boomer and the Gen X as well, because a lot of millennials say, "Well, you guys ruined the housing market," as if were the tables turned, and they could afford housing at that price, they wouldn't do the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like because we will have a hard time buying a house. I think it's fair to say you and I together.
I own a house, Cambo. It's in Queensland.
Oh, that's a very long commute. No wonder you live here.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
But like generally, it is like the average income hasn't inflated in the same way that the housing is inflated. Yeah, it's technically harder. But we would have ruined it too.
Exactly.
We're the exact same. It's not like
the opportunity,
it's not like it was some kind of strategic effort on the side of some generation to be like, this will really screw them over. They were just like, hey, we got an opportunity here to get housing.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And this will benefit my children in the future because I have
the complaint being like, oh, good one, you brought all the houses. Yeah, they did.
That's a good point, actually. That is a perfect summary. Well done. You bought all the houses, you fucking idiots.
Oh, you just needed somewhere to live, didn't you? You and your dumb little family.
And in fact, I think it's more about the government as a whole, I think, has a control of it. Because, where does it really well? Oh, I can't remember. There's a place in the world. I'm going to say Sweden because they're doing everything well.
Yeah, they do most things really good.
It's like my chances are pretty high.
You brought up one of the two countries we're not allowed to mention.
Yeah, well, I'm certain. I would like to say I think you confuse it more, and then I just get dragged down with it. If I start the conversation, it's
Go
fine.
on with the thing about Switzerland.
So they have like a housing price cap.
Yeah.
Right. And that makes more sense. But it's not, you're right, like unless that's implemented, then it's not really anybody who's trying to buy a house's fault.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like there needs to be a system above the impulses of humans of everyone to, fix that kind of issue. So it is really the fault of the previous generation. If you think about it, Gambo, because they get into power before the newer generation does.
That's true.
And they have the opportunity. So I'm sticking by.
Millennials were right all along.
Millennials are the best at everything. Anywho, but I was just going to say in regards to this Reddit post, the other thing was that like are people really maybe there is a percentage of people, but like as I said, I'm not particularly interested in getting married or having kids. I might, but it's not like up there on my bucket list necessarily. And so I don't think that I want a job more because the economy's bad. Do you think that is an accurate thing to say, that because the economy is bad, more people are wanting jobs? No. I don't think that's the thing at all.
And to be fair, I don't know where this article was written from. What paper did you say it was from?
It was the Time.
Okay,
but they're not. The Time wasn't saying this. Was the comment of the person below saying?
Okay, well I don't know where they're from, but like our economy here in Australia, it's pretty good.
It's
and in fact, our cost of living is quite high because of it. Yeah, but that's like a good thing, Why it does suck sometimes our cost of living is higher than the average in the world. That's because our economy is pretty strong and we can afford it. Yeah, and like we get paid good wages. So but we still both want jobs and education. Despite the fact we have quite a good economy. Yeah,
that's right. What do kids get you? Do they educate you? I don't think so.
Yeah, they just fill your heart with joy.
Can't put food on the table with joy, can you?
Yeah.
So it is about the economy. I take it all back. Anyway, Gambo, let's get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Pluckija1229. Men of Reddit. If males could unscrew their dick. Yes, this is the one I chose. Okay. If males could unscrew their dick from their body like a dildo attachment to leave at their bedside, what other items would you attach to your dick port?
Oh, okay. Can I tell you the common trap I think maybe people would fall into here?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think people are going to be like, power drill, stuff like that, like
Okay.
handy tools.
That
and
would be
whatnot.
hard to control, I think.
But also it's in a very inconvenient spot
Yeah.
because like your arms are great because
Yeah.
they extend.
You're like dexterous
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
your hands and your arms.
But how often is something at perfectly crotch level?
Yeah.
So I actually think it needs to be maybe something extendable.
Oh,
like
okay.
maybe something retractable, or I'm not sure
Okay.
exactly what yet. But
like a litter picker upper, I think. is that what you're thinking?
you know what would be good is like a little napkin holder.
Oh,
And you can just keep pulling out.
sometimes you always need
Yeah.
napkins.
Or like maybe it's like a baby wipe or something like that. Something that, it's good for cleanliness.
Yeah.
What if, game changer, toilet roll?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You wouldn't need a full one, obviously, because it's just for the day.
Yeah, that's true.
So you don't need to have a bulging toilet roll out of your pants.
That is it. Or maybe you would.
Oh.
And people are like, have you got a huge penis or just a toilet roll in
You've
your
clearly
pants?
got a toilet roll in your pants.
Yeah.
No, my penis is that shape.
Yeah. It's that big and weirdly shaped.
It just cuts
a
off at
problem.
both ends
Yeah.
like a toilet roll.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to say, to start off with,
Mm-hmm.
I would very rarely have my penis actually attached.
Well, this is what I was going to bring up, right?
There is, it doesn't serve
here's
much
here's the
use.
thing. This is what I want to know. If urination is taken care of, like we take that as read, because here's the thing about a penis.
Yeah.
And this is one of the advantages, admittedly, of being a man.
Yeah.
Man, aim that thing wherever you want. Like it makes urination very easy.
You're right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So let's take that as a factor. Like that's sorted, right? You can still urinate with ease.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have nothing. Because then
Yeah.
you've got one less weakness.
That's true.
Oh, did the balls
I
come off?
think the balls come
Okay,
with it.
good.
Okay.
Because otherwise, that's really what I want to remove day to
Yeah.
day.
That's true.
Because even like, not that this happens, but there is always a chance that you could sit on them or, like
Yeah.
they're constantly almost being hit.
the threat that we go through and the fear of zipping up a bit of your penis when you go to the toilet is a challenge we deal with every single day. So don't have it.
And perhaps,
fine.
ladies that are listening, I'm going to give you just a peek into the psyche of a man here.
Yeah.
Every single man looks at every other single man is like, all right, we won't kick each other in the balls.
Yeah.
Let's just make that pact.
We know
right
this.
now.
We know this is
But
fact.
at it's on a knife's edge.
Yeah.
At any moment, any other man can turn around
Because the
and
thing
kick
is,
any other man in the balls, and we all know it.
because if you get the first kick in, you've won.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Because if people are always like, why are men so angry? That's because we're always thinking about how many guys could just kick us in the balls at any moment.
and just totally
It's making me angry just think about it now, if I'm being honest with you.
would just totally destroy us. This is what I think.
Yeah.
I'd put in as an attachment: bottle opener. Always need one.
That's good.
You
But
always need one.
that's actually a good position for a
That's
bottle
right.
opener.
Yeah, I could imagine opening.
Yeah. Do you have to undo your fly, stick it in your fly, and do it?
Yeah. You could maybe like do it through it,
Oh, so it's like a
but
rod.
then you'd eventually ruin your like jeans. I think.
Yeah, so you're saying it's a rod that sticks out with a bottle opener, so it's on the zipper of your pants almost.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that. I just thought you
'Cause then-
could kind of push through the material of your pants.
Oh,
but
yeah,
you're right.
yeah, right.
You
Yeah,
could
that-
just have it sticking out. It's not rude.
Yeah, you couldn't lie.
Bottle
You couldn't lie in your stomach.
Couldn't line. Yeah, that's true. Oh, you just undo it.
Oh, yeah,
Take
pop
it
it off. Yeah,
take
yeah.
it out. There's no problem with that.
You know what? Here's what I'd do. I would have some kind of attachment where there's two little bags that are in place of my testicles,
Yeah.
and then my penis is a vacuum attachment.
Okay.
Vacuum the house with my dick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where does the dirt go? The dirt goes
Into the
balls.
into the scrotums.
Okay. You're not really vacuuming much. So that's
You haven't
that's
seen
going to take
my
a
scrotums.
lot of whoa. You just got huge balls. Just take. Okay, yeah. So the Dyson attachment we'll call that one.
Cordless, like a Dyson. Because you wouldn't have to plug yourself in, would you?
Yeah.
That would be annoying. You're stuck to a wall or something.
Yeah. That would be annoying. Or maybe a lighter. You know?
Or good
Some
spot.
very attractive female needs a lighter. You say, no worries. and you unzip your pants.
I don't think anyone.
Wait, I don't think this is working how I thought it would work.
I don't, if a girl was like, "Do you have a light?" and you start unzipping your pants, you've lost that already.
And then she's like,
She's
"Oh, no." I'm like, no, I've got a lighter in my pants.
My penis is at home.
It was it. Yeah.
Wouldn't bring my penis to work.
Yeah. Oh. But then what if she was like turned on by that, and they'd be like, "Oh, I don't have my penis here." Like this has progressed exactly how I wanted it to, but I can no longer continue.
The lighter gambit worked.
Yeah.
She's into it.
Yeah.
Now, would you have a spare one at work?
Yeah, I would.
A bottom drawer.
I'd have one in my pocket.
He's like, "There's something in your pocket. You're just happy to see me." Actually, it's my penis in my pocket.
Yeah,
Funnily enough.
Never know when I'm going to need to attach my penis again. Anywho, here's another one. This is by Amazing Hunter 495. What's the best way to tell someone that their baby is ugly?
Best way. You know what I think is a common mistake?
Yeah.
I think we've discussed all newborn babies, like first newborn babies, are pretty ugly.
Pretty ugly.
So I think it's ballsy for someone to look at the newborn baby and go, "He looks just like you."
Yeah.
Because if someone said that to me, I'd slap them.
Yeah.
I'd slap my baby out of their hands.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they are pretty ugly. It can take only a short time, like one or 2 days even. Is fine.
I agree.
But like while they're in the hospital,
yeah,
all babies are ugly.
They've just come out of someone.
They're covered in goo.
Yeah, they're crying. They're still a bit squishy.
Yeah.
It's not optimum baby cuteness time.
That's true.
That comes after a week or two when they've cleaned up a little and they've stopped, like their eyes are open and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But what's the best way to tell someone that their baby is ugly?
I mean, okay, my first question is, why do we need to tell people that their baby is ugly?
Because let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
They'd know.
No, that's not true.
You don't reckon?
Speaking from my mum's experience, not with me, but for her grandson. So my nephew, when he was a baby, he was an ugly baby.
Right.
And I feel confident to say this because I've spoken with my sister about how he was an ugly baby.
And is now transformed into a cute kid.
He has since transformed into a very cute kid. He's actually super, super cute. He just got like too fat too fast. And he was like, but now he's kind of grown into now he's like kind of cute, chubby. And he's got lots of curls in his hair. Very cute kid. Yeah. But he was an ugly baby. But my mum, so his grandmother, I remember one time I had this conversation with my auntie and she said, "Am I biased or is he the cutest baby ever?" And my auntie went, "I think you're a little biased." And my mum was like, oh. And I was like, seriously, there's an ugly baby, Mum. I don't know what you think. So I think that there is that mentality that if you're related to or whatever, if you're the mother or in this case, the grandmother, you understand your baby's ugly.
I think, because you're right. You don't need to tell someone their baby is ugly. It's all about talking around it. It's generic phrases like, "Oh my God, look at him." Yeah, that's right. He is something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's got your color eyes. Where that's just nothing. The color of eyes is irrelevant to the representation.
Look how small his hands are. Things like that. Where it's like, you're just saying things about a baby in general.
Yeah. Just nondescript. Yeah. Kind of. I think that's it. I think that's how you know. If you're a parent, you need to be listening out for these cues. Okay?
Yeah. If all the comments are, "He's so tiny," but you're not hearing the word cute there.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's it. We've solved it.
We've done it. We've done it for the good of the restaurant that we're broadcasting it to. Yeah. For the good of society.
Oh, yeah, it was really awkward.
What's that?
At this restaurant, there is a mother with her baby in the pram, and she's looking at the baby and then recalling all this conversation. And she's crying now in the restaurant. Everybody's looking at her. It's a bit awkward.
Look, we can't see the baby. It's probably pretty cute.
You know what?
You subscribe.
It's cute. It's cute. Yeah. If you subscribe, you got a cute baby. Yeah. Let's get into today, Alan. So now it's time for Today I learned. Let's play the intro to that. Today I learned. This Today I Learned is by Tokyono. Today I learned Charles Vance Miller, a rich Canadian financier, made his will one giant practical joke. In it, I knew you would love this. In it, he left 3 men who hated one another a joint lifetime tenancy in a villa. Some Protestant ministers $700,000 in Catholic beer stock, and anti-horse racing advocates $25,000 in a jockey club. I thought this was reflective of something you would definitely do, Cambo.
I'm trying to recall whether we've talked about this on the show or not.
Probably.
But my idea for like my last words are to send someone on a treasure hunt that leads nowhere.
Yeah. I think
to be like get my son over and be like, dig up the family gold.
Yeah.
It's like, what family gold? I'm like, family gold. And I will have left something in my house that leads him absolutely nowhere. Yeah. Or like somewhere specific, like, I don't know, Venice.
Yeah, okay.
And then he unlocks a locker and it's just like a picture of me and him. He's like, fucking no.
I think the problem is theoretically, if you've been a good father, you'd be like, oh, the treasure was his love for me, you know? They think about it in a good sense. You don't want that.
What if this requires a little bit of participation on my part before my timely death. Yeah. But I'm willing to do it. I do bury a little bit of gold. I'm talking like a little bit of gold. Yeah. It's like maybe $200 worth of gold.
It's like when you get those flakes in a bottle that's like got some resin, so they're kind of floating flakes.
Like a single, you know, like in the Pirates of the Caribbean, like the Aztec gold coins.
Right.
There's like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
The value, a couple of hundred. Like
that still could be expensive. Yeah.
But he will spend more than that on an airfare to get to the gold. Okay. That's important.
Yeah.
He'll lose money on the trip. Or she could be my daughter. I don't know this.
Yeah, that's true.
But whoever my family member is will go looking for my treasure.
I still think you need to really hit home that there was nothing at the end. I think you should have a little note at the end that says...
This wasn't a metaphor.
This wasn't a metaphor. Don't try to read deeper into this. I just wanted to totally fuck with you.
Yeah. It's like, this wasn't a metaphor, ... I got you. I got you and I'm dead now. Yeah. So you can't ever get me back.
And don't say, oh, Dad, always telling jokes. It's not about that either. Okay? It's not about my memory. I just wanted to screw with you.
I made you spend so much of your inheritance to get here for this.
Yeah. Do you think... Because I'm sort of a little confused by this guy who seemingly had 3 friends that were all enemies with each other.
That's odd, isn't it? What a weird friendship circle, because your birthday would be a nightmare to navigate. They're all of my friends, and I do want to invite them all. Yeah. But caveat, they're all enemies with each other.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I have had a similar experience to that now. I think I was going to ask you if you had some sort of similar relationship, but I realize that I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I have 2 friends that used to date.
Okay.
And I'm pretty close with both of them. I would invite them both to parties and stuff. Uh-huh. And so when they split, and they both kind of secretly like really dislike the other person.
Right.
Right? Like they don't really do anything overt, but they will tell me how much they dislike the other person. Sure. And so so then it is awkward when I have something that's related to me that they should, I should invite both of them to, because it's like, well, I know how much you hate each other and you're just going to be here together. But maybe I should put them in my will.
Yeah, okay. So you have 2 housemates already.
Or maybe, I think it should be something far worse. Like they have to... Like living in house together, I'm sure at some stage they just sort of agreed either one person paid out the other 2 or whatever. Right. You would do something like that. Yeah. But I think what I should do is say that I will give these people like $5 million, a lot of money. Oh, I have to earn the money first. That's a problem. I'll get to
No,
that
promise whatever you want.
later.
after
Yeah,
you
yeah.
die.
Actually, that's true.
Did
What am-
Nelson have $5 million? No.
Yeah.
No, you've been living together for no reason. He died broke.
Do you know what I do? I learned this off Dumb and Dumber 2, I think, or Dumb and Dumber, the one where it goes back in time. Anyway, and I'll say I'll give them $5 million, but what it really is doll hairs. Okay, won't be that hard to get 5 million doll hairs.
That's from 30 Rock, isn't it?
No, I think it's from Dumb and Dumber.
Is
It's
it really?
yeah, it's definitely from Dumb. Because then the guy says, "Okay, give me 5 doll hairs," and he goes, "Oh, will you take $10 instead?" Anywho, and then so I think I will say that in order for them to get the money, they will need to marry each other.
Okay, yep.
So they have to divorce their partners.
Yep. Because they are both married, right?
They're both married.
Yep.
Divorce their partners.
Yep.
That takes a process.
Yep.
Expensive.
Uh-huh.
And then
Emotional
because they
as
might
well.
be emotional as well. Because I mean, I'm sure that they could convince their partner, like, we're gonna split this money
Uh-huh.
after time,
So many doll hairs to split.
but also they have to have a kid together.
Would you make it as well? There's like an infidelity clause, where if one of them is unfaithful to the other during their marriage,
Yeah.
then the money is void.
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
have the other partners that they really do love that they've now had to divorce,
Yeah.
and they can't even still sleep with each other.
Yeah. They can get it. I will say they can get a divorce and get back with their original partners.
Okay, you just want them to
But-
go through the rigmarole of a wedding.
5 years at least.
Okay,
And
and
with a child.
would you accept like just a courthouse marriage, or do you want a whole to do?
Oh no, I won't. I'll pay for the wedding.
It will be extravagant.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be me that makes a toast via video. Right.
You give a really long speech. They just when you're in school, they used to roll the TV in on a trolley, and you just roll up to the podium like, "Hi!" You're in a little suit in the TV screen. "Hi everyone, welcome to the wedding."
The wedding of the century.
For the next 45 minutes, I'm going to take you through a trip down memory lane.
I remember when
And-
each of them told me that they loved their respective partners.
No,
But instead, I'm making them marry each other. You know what? I hope
I
somebody
just
does
think
that
it's
to
just
me.
30 minutes of you going, you two have to marry each other.
Can we make it 2 for 1? Like, at this wedding, there is the treasure that your son or
great.
daughter has to
Yeah,
find.
yeah. So my son has to object to the wedding. We do need to plan our deaths in unison
Yeah, that's true.
within a week of each other. I think
Yeah.
if someone's like, "No, Nelson's gone," I'm like, "Oh no, the clock has has begun." I don't
We've
even
done so
feel
much
sick.
planning. Okay. All right. That's it for today, Learn. Let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, thoughts, thoughts.
This shower
Almost.
This shower thought is brought to you by
Go on.
Atlanta boys.
Oh, very good.
See?
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. The guy who killed Batman's parents saved tons of lives. Think about that, Kembe.
That's good.
I bet you whenever you see a murder
Mm.
on television or something, you're thinking that was a bad thing to have happened. But you didn't consider about the fact, I mean, obviously this is fictitious Batman,
Yep.
but you didn't consider that there might be young police officers
Yeah, that
that
could,
are inspired by the said murder.
that could be a young billionaire boy
Yeah.
with the means to become a superhero.
Yeah. This is what I'm thinking about.
Okay, please.
Okay. What you should do
Okay.
is
I've noticed the trend that when you say what you should do and what we should do,
yeah.
the severity of them are different.
is because Canberra, I want you to have the glory.
Okay.
You know?
Sure. Yeah. I get you. I appreciate that.
I do the intro to this podcast.
You've got that
and
house.
that's enough glory for me.
You got that house in Queensland?
I got that house in Queensland.
Yeah.
I'm exuding glory. What do you got, Canberra?
I appreciate the leg up.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do for you
Yep.
is give you this golden piece of advice.
Great. How much does this cost?
It's like a plane ticket and however much a gun costs. Okay? You get plane ticket, fly over to wherever Jeff Bezos is living.
Sure.
Kill him.
Mm-hmm. Does he have a kid?
I don't know. Probably.
We should check that first.
He probably does.
We should check that first.
He probably does. Well, he's going to be leaving his money to someone. In fact, it would be better if he didn't have kids. And I've heard some billionaires leave their fortune to orphanages.
Right.
That's like a ton of
I was going to say,
Batmans.
I actually think it would be better if it were Bill Gates because he is quite the philanthropist. I didn't say that. Didn't say that word right.
We're not good at words on this.
No,
podcast.
we're not. But like he does all the charity work and stuff. So I think if anyone is going to spread his wealth after his demise, it's Bill Gates.
True. Yeah, and
And
he
also-
definitely has kids.
I know. So one of them could be a Batman.
One of them could be a Batman. All
Because
right.
that's Batman money.
Yeah.
Son of Bill Gates.
You know what, Cambo? One parent death saves a lot of lives. Imagine 2 parent deaths. tons of lives saved.
So I'm just going after the 1%.
Yeah. So Bill Gates,
Yep.
Jeff Bezos,
Yep.
Elon Musk. I feel like he's doing good things for
Society.
to extend the life of humanity.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, what's he doing? He's not helping society at all. And sure, yeah, okay, and Bill Gates is doing those philanthropic things.
Yeah, that's the word I said.
But but his child could easily take that over.
Yeah.
I don't even think
become
Elon
a
Musk-
vigilante.
Yeah, and become that's what I meant. Kind of continue those things, but also be a vigilante.
Obviously, yeah.
But Elon Musk, maybe his child isn't as intelligent.
I
Wait,
don't-
he doesn't.
I don't think he even has
Is he
kids.
even married? I don't even know.
No, because he was dating a musician for a little while,
Okay.
like pretty recently. And if he is dating her
man.
and married, then what a scumbag.
How fucking hard is it to kill somebody's parents? All right.
Right.
Why aren't people having kids? It's the economy, I tell you. It's the bloody economy.
Zuckerberg's got a kid.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
No, go on.
I guess so. Just think of the lives. Think of the lives, can be.
Just wondering if there's any legalities behind what we're saying. Plotting openly to murder.
I think that we're fine.
Yeah, it's satire.
Yes.
That should cover us.
Yeah. Got him. I'd be really worried about a lot of things we say if we were to be taken to court over them.
In fact, Nelson, not to tease too much, but some old ghosts of our past will be coming up later on.
Oh no. Okay. All right. This is by D. Smith. Eventually, toilet paper / wiping your butt will be replaced with a more sophisticated method, and we'll look back on our current method in disgust.
Interesting. What do you think of? Because that is our Western way of doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think of like in the East? It's a little bit
bidet.
different, or even in France. Yeah, it's you got the bidet.
Yeah.
What do you think of the other methods?
I don't think they're different enough for me to be like, oh, this is the way to do it. You know, like getting my butt wet
Yeah,
does not seem enjoyable.
This is what I don't understand about the bidet, and maybe it's because I've never used one.
Yeah.
But it seems to me because you would get a wet butt, and then you would still have to wipe it.
Yeah, I think you still do, right?
Because I don't want to put my pants back on with a wet
do
butt.
Do you put it? Do you get a towel? You know, because it's clean then theoretically.
Yeah.
And then you,
So you-
so there's just a towel next to the bidet.
Do you have a
that
separate-
everybody's just wiping
Yeah.
their ass?
Do you have a separate butt towel? Because you're not putting that towel back on a rack and then coming out of the shower and putting it on your face, being like, "Oh no, this is the butt towel."
Yeah. I think everybody has their own individual butt towel.
Right.
But
That's what
it's
I would
trouble
replace
when
my
you got-
penis with.
It's trouble when you got guests coming over. Oh yeah, that'd be so easy.
Yeah.
Just to, it's trouble when you got guests coming over.
Yeah.
I
Do you have a
think.
guest butt towel?
Yeah, but then do all the guests,
that's
in
the
if you're having
question.
a party, it's a
This
problem. Oh, maybe
no.
guests bring it with them. Everybody brings their own butt towel
Right.
because you'd know if
Yeah.
you're in, France or something.
Yeah. It seems like a social faux pas, but that's just because we're putting our Australian perspective on it.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
people don't know this about Australians, and outside listeners, maybe you don't know this,
Yeah.
but we all bring our huntsman spiders wherever we go. That's just an Australian
That's
tradition.
right.
Go over to dinner, someone brings their huntsman spider with them.
Yeah, and then we kill them together
Yeah.
because spiders are the worst.
Yeah. And they're everywhere. They ravage this land.
yeah. But I think this is what I think future of butt wiping or something is.
Yep.
No pooing.
Interesting.
To just avoid that thing altogether.
So some kind of in-stomach disintegration.
Or you take a pill and that dissolves everything in your bowel. And then, or maybe that's
So it
then
dissolves into
maybe
nothing?
maybe then you just poop out a capsule.
Right. So, okay. So
No
it's a
waste.
clean, yeah.
Very
okay.
clean.
Yeah, I don't mind the capsule.
And the capsule is
Scented.
it's get flushed out doesn't go to sea, goes to a plant. It goes to a place where people take the capsule and plant them. Turns into a tree.
And this capsule.
Yeah.
The nervousness in your voice of what you know I'm about to ask. How are you? How are you making it?
What?
Because it needs to do many different things.
Yeah. Cameron, we're talking about future science here.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Cameron, could you explain teleportation, please? I mean, we know it's going to exist in the future, so why don't you just
Do we
explain
know
it?
that?
Why don't you just explain it now?
Do we know
All
that
right?
teleportation is
Let
going
me
to
just
exist in the
get
future?
us to that point already, okay? Cameron? What a
Right.
stupid question. How do I know the science of something that's definitely going to happen in the future because they're smarter than us? My God, Cameron.
I guess, yeah. This is the equivalent to like showing a flashlight to a caveman.
Yeah.
He's just like, well, that's magic. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what to tell you.
That's right.
I don't know how I'm speaking this well.
Yeah. Here's another one for you.
Please.
This is by Pathima. The Sims is a perfect simulation of how it's impossible to balance work, sufficient sleep, social interaction, and personal fitness and development without cheat codes.
Also, it teaches me a lot about how to murder someone in a swimming pool.
Yeah.
I need
and
to
how
build
easy
the
it
swimming
is.
pool
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
just dismantle the
Yeah.
railing because people cannot get out of a swimming pool
I would like
without
to
a
know,
little step ladder.
when somebody was developing The Sims, why they thought that they would have the ladder separate to the pool purchase. I think the real sicko here is the guy who developed.
Nelson,
This-
you ever brought a pool?
Yes.
That ladder's an additional
Came
purchase.
with the ladder. Came with the ladder.
Additional purchase, mate.
It's
It's like how you buy a bed, but it doesn't come with the mattress, does it? You buy the mattress as well. Do you know how many people have died buying, like cheaping out on a pool? Being like,
Yeah.
I don't need the add-ons. And they're like, we need one of them. What was that you mum put on your breast? Nothing. You just want the pool? All right, I'll give you the pool. And they dove in the pool, all gusto.
Oh.
And then they were like, wait a minute.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I've done The Sims. I am The Sims.
Quick, honey, go to the store, buy a ladder. I don't know how long I can last.
Why didn't we get a shallow end? We want an all deep end, didn't we?
Okay, this is a good point. Anywho,
Yeah.
I do remember playing The Sims, and my biggest issue was keeping up the relationships with people.
Right.
And when I was younger, and you're like in school and whatever, it's easy. You just see the people like almost every single day.
Sure.
But But now that I'm older, I'm like, holy shit, it's really hard to like keep in contact with people and still like maintain a level of friendship. Like, I have a good friend. I haven't seen him since his 30th birthday, which was like 2 months ago.
Right.
And I still consider him like one of my best friends. And,
What's his name?
It's
Peter or something stupid like that.
It's definitely 4 or 5 letter name. No, it's my friend Sam.
Yeah, I know Sam.
But yeah, it's really hard to like catch up with people.
Well, one of the
and
reasons
fit in all the TV shows I watch, obviously.
You have to re-watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah, that's not something that is well defined in The Sims, is it? Like how much TV time your sim needs. That bar should be very hard to fill.
I could have learned like 3 languages in the time I've watched The Office.
Yeah.
Just that one show, let alone the other shows I rewatch.
Yeah, that's right. We'd be more accomplished men.
Yeah. We're about as accomplished as we'll ever get, I think.
Okay. All right, Cambo, let's get into podnapping.
Oh my God, I'm being podnapped.
Podnapping.
This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another podcast, and we do it ourselves.
Yes. So it's my week this week.
Yep.
I podnapped a show called Don't You Know Who I Am?
Okay.
It's an Australian podcast. In fact, the full name of the podcast is Don't You Know Who I Am, hosted by U.G.L.Y.
Okay.
So that was interesting that's the full name. It comes up on iTunes as that.
I don't know who Josh
No,
is.
Okay. Evidently, he's an Australian comedian.
All right.
And in the show, what they do, I've had to change it because obviously we need to adapt it to this format.
It's honestly the most annoying part of this
I know,
podnapping.
like, how am I going to make this work?
Yeah.
Where U.G.L.Y, host of Don't You Know Who I Am?
Oh yeah, Josh.
He gets 4 comedians on, and he quizzes them all about the other people in the room.
Okay.
So, like, you would be answering questions about me and stuff
Right.
like that. But there's a segment at the start, and again, I've adapted it. It's called Social Media, in which, in the premise of the show, he reads out a tweet, and the other guests have to guess who tweeted it. We don't.
I guess you.
Yeah, well, we don't have that present. So what I've done, I've adapted it to this show.
Okay.
And I have gone through our back catalog of episodes, and I've pulled random quotes. I pulled them at random.
Oh, that's good.
And you need to tell whether I said this or you said this.
Camber, your podnapping segments are far better than mine and it's making me angry.
And I do want the listeners at home to try and play along. Some of them, I've stuck with mainly newer episodes, but there are a couple of old episodes for the true fans. Good. The cousin Rowan's in the room, if you will.
Yeah, okay.
I thought I'd start off easy.
Are they either you or me?
Either you or me, yeah.
Okay.
Or another person.
Okay.
I thought I'd start off nice and easy.
Yeah.
This is from episode 1, entitled "How to Kiss a Girl in 1912."
Yeah. 1911.
Was it? Okay, I wrote it down.
Okay.
Who said this? Now let's get into Today I Learned. Let's play the intro to that. Today I Learned.
It's me.
Yeah, was you? Yeah, well done.
Phew.
Right. That's the only.
Got it.
That's the
Do you know for a second I was like, oh my God, this is a trick question. Did you say this? And then I just repeated it. And that's why we've got the recording.
I wanted to.
I'm very paranoid about getting these wrong.
Ease you into a false sense of security.
Jesus. Okay.
I've got about maybe like 12 or 13 of these.
Okay.
The next is from episode 114.
Okay.
Entitled "No Brides on Instagram."
Right.
Some of these names, I look at them like, what was that episode?
Yeah. I vaguely remember that one.
Who said this quote?
Yeah.
I want them to fight each other, like to the death. Oh, wait, maybe boxing rules until they can't get back on their feet. Is that you or is that me?
That's pretty funny. Oh, jeez. I think it's something I would say. Oh, no, but maybe it's something you would say. I'm going to say it was... I'm going to say it was you.
It was me.
Yeah,
Well done.
okay. Yeah.
That was me. I was talking about I didn't always get the context for them, but this one was about two different people that have written in similar things, and I wanted them to fight each other.
Yeah.
Okay. The next is from episode 120.
Do you know why I think? Can I just tell you why I decided in the end that was you?
Why?
Because I think I would have gone to like the death,
Oh,
but
right.
you're like, oh no,
I brought it back a
I
bit.
brought it back a bit. It's just about boxing.
Okay, this is from episode 120.
Yeah.
Entitled "Balls Are Great." She said, "I'm already pregnant," and I said, "Really? Are you messing with me?" And she said, "No, it's twins."
Wait, what? Yeah, okay, you need to repeat that. Say that again.
She said, "I'm already pregnant," and I said, "Really? Are you messing with me?" And she said, "No, and it's twins."
What?
Which one of us said that quote in
And
episode 120
And it's
entitled
twins.
"Balls Are Great"?
Oh my god.
This is where our weird tangents that we go on really are the crutch that you fall
Wait,
on.
but it sounds like an anecdote, like we were retelling a story. And unless it's okay, I'm gonna say you.
It was you.
Oh shit. Okay.
That was you. It was farcical. I don't know.
Okay. Because I have had a girlfriend tell me that she was pregnant when she
Oh, that's
wasn't.
right. Yeah.
That's why I was like, it could be me. But then
The twins
really
really threw
thing,
you,
I was
yeah.
like, that's not true.
Okay, this is from episode 82, entitled "Profound Superheroes." But a 12-year-old girl, even though it's a bit weird, I might say no to this one.
What?
That's the quote.
it?
That's the quote.
Okay.
But a 12-year-old girl, even though it's a bit weird, I might say no to this one.
Oh my god. I'm gonna say me.
That was you. Well done.
Okay, good.
I have another quote from the exact same episode.
Okay.
I'm going to put it out there. It's probably better than Rampage. I would go and see a movie where a badger decks himself out with guns and tries to storm the White House.
Oh, I remember that. I think maybe that was me.
It was you as well.
Yeah.
They're from the same conversation.
Right.
You referring to the
Wait,
12-year-old
what?
girl
that he gives
gave
the badger to the president. Yeah.
And you were saying if you were the president, even though it was a little 12-year-old girl, you'd probably reject the badger.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, in context, it sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
This is from episode 70, titled "Motivation Sucks." Look, you're right. There is logic there. It's not strong logic, but logic.
I think that's something you would say.
It is me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think that was you trying to be nice to me.
All right. This next one's from episode 112, entitled "Excelsior." And this is one of the ones that, without any context, is funnier.
Okay.
That's true. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to think about when robbing a bank, but not, I guess, if you're going to instantly give yourself... not if you're going to instantly give yourself up to get out of a relationship. I'll repeat. I'm trying to stumble.
Okay.
That's true. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to think about when robbing a bank, but not, I guess, if you're going to instantly give yourself up to get out of a relationship. Who said that? Was that me or you?
I don't know. I sort of vaguely remember this conversation. I think I'm gonna say you.
It was you.
Okay.
You said that. Every time you get it wrong, you minus 10 points. From episode 108, "The war on drugs is over." In Korea or somewhere like that, I think they had like almost these places where you could go and literally just play games for 24 hours, and there were people there that died.
This sounds like something I would say because I do know I'm a gamer and I do know of this stuff, but maybe that's just to trip me up.
Oh.
I'm gonna say me anyway.
No. It was Cousin Rowan.
Ah, damn it! Damn it! I knew there was going to be tricky money there. That's why I asked you at the start.
That was Cousin Rowan on the famed episode 108 in which he appeared.
Okay.
A couple more left.
Okay.
Episode 125, "Not Afraid to Answer."
Mm-hmm.
And if Harper Lee were alive, I think she'd agree with me.
That's you.
That is me, yeah.
Because I don't know who Harper Lee is. Don't use names, Kevin.
It
I'm
was-
terrible with names. I would never say Harper Lee in a sentence.
And that was me explaining, if you ever want to write anything in an essay, you just tell them that the author would agree with what you're saying.
Okay,
And
yeah.
this one happened to be about To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, we actually were talking about Harper Lee
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, so I definitely could have said it.
Yeah.
I just didn't trust myself enough that I would do that.
Quote from the same episode.
Okay.
I feel the FBI, their whole thing is wiretapping and surveillance, not searching for keys.
I think that could be you again.
It is me. Well
okay,
done. Yeah, well
good.
done. How are you finding like the ability to tell between us? You're
Sometimes
noticing
it's
that I
tricky.
pull back more, and you've noticed that.
Yeah. There's something like slightly different in the language that is used, like the word, but I can't really put my finger on
Yeah.
it entirely.
And I've tried
I'm
to
annoyed
keep-
actually before one of the ones you said, and I said it was you. I think I knew that it was me.
All right.
But I just said it was you.
And
but-
I've tried to keep the cadences and the likes and the ums and stuff to make it as
Yeah.
as accurate as I can. This one's pretty far back. This is episode 32.
Oh boy.
An episode entitled "Fight Children with Diabetes."
Okay. What
Sure.
the? Okay. Oh yeah, I remember that face. Yeah.
Sure. This is the quote. Girl at a bar. Hey, what you drinking? Wine? What wine? Oh yeah? Do you know I've had sex with less than 12 people?
What the fuck are we talking about?
I can give you context. I will afterwards.
I think that might be. No, can you read it one more time?
Girl at a bar. Hey, what you drinking? Wine? What wine? Oh yeah. Do you know I've had sex with less than 12 people?
I think it might be you.
To you.
Oh,
That was you. Got a quote from the same episode. Almost one of the next sentences. Anyway, the point is, if you have sex with me, it would be better than walking on the moon because I haven't had sex with many people.
So it's like, did
So-
I continue that or did you take over? I think then I'm going to say you said that.
It was me.
Yeah,
Well done,
okay.
yeah. That was based on the fact that it was a shower thought in which they said if you've had sex with less than 12 people, having sex with you is like even rarer than walking on the moon.
walking on the moon, yeah.
And you tried to work it into a pickup line.
Okay.
Okay, this is from episode 145, so pretty recent. Episode entitled Wet Towelette.
Oh, that's very recent.
Yeah, so I want to see how good, because this is a pretty
God.
recent thing, and I think
Okay.
you'll remember the quote, and I wonder if you remember which one of us said it.
Okay.
And it is one of us, it's not a trick one.
Okay.
It's really annoying. It's not what I signed up for when we started this podcast. I want to say something, then contradict myself the next episode and
was
have
me.
absolutely no consequence for
Yeah,
it.
that was me.
That was you.
Mainly because I stand by that so heavily.
No, you should not stand by it anymore. That's the point. You can go back on whatever you've said.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, but that mattered men about
Yeah.
at the present moment.
You did pretty well. That's the last of them.
Yeah.
You did pretty well there.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. There's some that I feel like I could just definitely tell from the language used, but
Harper
yeah,
Lees
others
and
that were
such.
quite. Yeah, that's right. That definitely could have been me though. I just didn't
Yeah.
think because we were talking about them. Yeah.
Anyway, that was not much like the podcast.
Yeah.
Don't You Know Who I Am, hosted by Josh Earl.
Yes.
It's not very similar. They do it through social media and there's more people. But it's the basic premise. You got to work out who said what.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Oh, thank you.
Well done, Kembo. I like it. But now we can get into Ask Me Anything.
Ooh.
Where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
Yes, sir. Let me just get their emails up. All right, I got one here from Amanda. Said, "What ho, chaps? Lately, I've been knitting tiny hats for little babies. Hopefully, they're not ugly babies, Amanda.
I think that's her way to deflect. You
Cover more of the
Look
kid.
at your baby. It will definitely fit this hat that I knitted. Very neutral saying.
Yep. But obviously knitting the hats, which means watching more TV, because just knitting is a bit boring. There are so many of those knockout game shows. Okay, I guess it started with cooking and house renovation type shows, and then their tattoo shows and the We Can Build a Better Lego thing, and there's Survivor where you have to be the best human. And lately I've been watching a weirdly niche shows about body artists and glass blowers. Seriously, who is the best glass blower? Here is my challenge, future producers. What is the next best thing? What knockout show for artists / creatives, thinkers, crafty types can you come up with? Ta-ta for now, hugs. Amanda.
Okay.
I'm actually amazed, and this will seem a little bit self-indulgent, but because podcasting has become such a thing, that there hasn't been a create a podcast and get to the finals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Similar, there used to be a show called Project Greenlight that was produced by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, in which all screenwriters would all have a script, and it was like a knockout elimination type thing as they worked through their scripts, and then the last person got their script produced into a movie.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed that no one's done that yet with podcasting.
Yeah.
Because just on that precipice of being
You see, I don't know.
like
There's
accepted.
not as much of a build up though, right?
Yeah, because they'll all be true crime.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
They were true crime or a bunch of white guy comedians being like, it's a couple of me and my friends talking about pop culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's.
What if we watched all the Hellboy movies every week?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's called To Hell With It.
Movie review show, guys. It'll be the best. Yeah, but I think what's the week one, you hear their podcast idea, and then do you eliminate
and
somebody
then
there
week
because
two-
somebody's idea was shit?
Week one, you hear all their ideas.
Yeah.
Week two, grand finale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they do their podcast,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you just decide whether
Yeah.
it's okay.
Short seasons, Nelson.
Yeah. Hey, I like it. No, I don't like it because we wouldn't make that at all.
Oh, God, no. No, I thought it more like every week is a new podcast, right? You hear about that podcast and their idea, and they pitch it to the nation.
Right.
And then I say you have 6 weeks of that, 6 different podcasts, and then you
Okay.
vote for one.
Okay, and then can you listen to the podcasts?
Yeah, so
while
and
they're going?
I
But then
think-
that sucks for the last person that's going.
What do you mean?
Like if it's one podcast at a time, and then the
So
last-
I imagine it like one podcast at a time. So 1 week, one podcast. At the end of the episode, they say that pilot episode is up on our website.
yeah. So they don't do more episodes.
No,
while
no,
the
yeah,
show's
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
They're forbidden.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that happening. All right, let's do it.
What about you? Do you have a creative niche you think could be exploited?
I think the problem is that every stupid thing has already been done.
Has Domino's been done? We've got Lego.
Probably. Actually, that'd be a good one because I find those,
And because if they have to make a domino track, and when they get eliminated, the host, whoever, Grant Denyer, say,
yeah.
is like, I have to say, Domin, no. And he hits down their thing and it all collapses.
Okay. Yeah. I really like that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So they're just building it.
Yeah, every week.
So they never knock their dominoes over,
No.
but until they're eliminated,
Yeah.
and then the host does it.
yeah.
But if at any point you screw up and you knock over your entire block, then that's also. Oh yeah, it could be like 1 week it's a race thing. Like how many dominoes can they put?
Yeah.
If you put in the most dominoes to your
Here's what I
track,
think. Every week you make a new domino maze, and the loser gets theirs knocked down.
yeah, okay.
So, and there's challenges, right? So maybe
Yeah.
1 week you have to make a picture with your domino maze. And
Yeah.
1 week you've got obstacles you have to do the dominoes around and things like that.
Yeah. But you'd never see
It's
the
not
picture of the domino challenge unless you knocked it over. But you don't know until they. It would be like, okay, Danny, I'm sorry, you've been voted out.
Okay, what if?
Domino, and then you knock yours over, and it's
Okay.
this beautiful artistry,
let-
and you're like, oh no.
Okay, what
yours
if-
was the best.
What if, let's take a leaf out of Survivor's book. It's just everyone has an ornamental huge domino piece. And during elimination round, they stand in front of their domino piece. And the host comes around and he just pushes over that domino piece.
I would like it better if the host pushes the person into the domino.
They have to go
I don't know
rigid
why I
like a
find
plank.
Yeah, they're like strapped. They're like strapped to maybe a domino, and then they get pushed. Yeah. Okay. I'm really liking this idea.
Yeah. It's like I always think of there's a plot line in 30 Rock in which there's a game show that Jack, the head of NBC, creates called Hominin, in which the host just reads a word to the guest. And he goes, stare. And the guy goes, is it like stairs like in a house? He goes, nope, it's the other one.
That is awesome.
So I would like to see Hominin as a TV show.
Yeah, actually, I like word-based ones. You know, I like countdown and stuff that has the numbers and the words, and you have to think about things. So maybe something like that. I also like palindromes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So just brainstorming here. So
Go on.
palindrome game show, and what happens is you're in a circle.
Yep.
That's new. That's a new concept.
Okay.
That's a new concept already.
I've done what I do best.
Test
I've
it.
come up with the catchphrase.
Yeah. Okay.
Palindrome, you're going palin home.
Okay.
That's how they get kicked out.
It needs to be.
And he pushes them into a giant palindrome.
It needs to be a palindrome.
Oh yeah, good point.
In a-
What about a game show called Acrostic? They get a word, and then they have to make an acrostic poem as quickly as possible about the word.
I think. Well, yeah. I think
The word
different
is peanut
weeks,
butter. Oh, okay. Oh.
different weeks are different things.
Yeah.
So one time it's a poem, other times just a theme.
Right.
It's like farm animals.
Okay.
You know?
Because I think if we're playing acrostic, right,
Yeah.
and the word is peanut butter, and if the first P is peanut butter, you're eliminated.
But it's a secret rule. We don't tell you what. If you use the
you've
word,
broken the secret rule.
I'd find that so funny, actually. Oh boy.
There you go, Amanda. I think we've got a
Okay.
couple there you could develop.
Wait. I'm starting to like this idea of a secret rule game show.
So it's a game show where no one knows the
No
rules.
one knows the rules.
And you have to, over weeks, you work out, okay, every time they started a poem with the first letter of the day out. That's what, and you write it down in your
Yeah.
little book.
So you start learning all the secret rules over time.
And then you get one person who finally has figured out all of the rules and he just aces it.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe it is like it's one of these game shows where you have the same amount of contestants every week until the end.
Right.
And then they
They're
have
all
to
trying to figure out the rules.
They have to try and do it.
And then keep it fresh. Next season, new set of rules.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's endless seasons.
You'll never figure us out. Because you could call it What Are We Playing? Welcome to What Are We Playing, where we don't explain the rules.
It would be so good because then you could have like
And
an
then-
obstacle course as well. and like maybe
But
the
the
rule
rule
is
don't do it.
Yeah, you have to go around.
Right.
But then some people are going to think
Yeah.
that. Some people are going to be ballsy and think
And I can
that.
imagine halfway through the episode, the host is like, now to the scoreboard. That's also a secret. So we know who's winning, but none of you do.
Yeah, I think maybe there needs to be a secret way in which you find out what the scores are as well. Like when you work out the rule to find out what the score is.
Or you just be like, you know, Sarah, you're in the lead, but no one knows what the scores are. But they know that she's winning.
Okay, yeah.
Like whatever she's been doing, she's been doing it right.
That's good. That's good. Oh my God, I'm loving this. I'm going to clip this and send it into a producer. Okay. That was a good question.
It reminds me of, we talk about Mitchell and Webb a lot. Reminds me of Number Wang.
Yeah,
to watch
yeah,
it from the
that's true.
outside, it's just absolute chaos and nonsense.
Yeah. And I like the ones where he says, let's rotate them.
And just nothing happens. It just comes back.
Yeah. Oh, there's other
Yeah,
contestants behind, but then it keeps going. Anyway, if people haven't watched that.
It's been about a month. That's normally about the time frame in which we start to refer to Mitchell and Webb again.
Yeah. Okay. Here is a one from Cousin Ron.
Oh.
Gentlemen, the concept of averages dictates that at least 50% of the population are below average and 50% are above, in the context of various things, e.g. driving, drawing, podcasting, etc. AMA 90.0. Name 2 things each that you are personally above and 2 things that you are below average at.
Okay. Can I just say, absolute credit, AMA 90.0.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I'm not going to congratulate him.
Until it's
until he
100.
gets 100.
Yeah, good point. I take it back.
Yeah.
Pick up your game, Rowan.
Yeah. Look, it's good. I'm just saying I don't want to waste my energy now
Because
for something that I'm going to do in roughly 10 weeks' time.
Imagine when he starts using the points. You get to
Yeah.
100, then 100.1.
No.
Oh my god, he's ruined the system.
No, that's
then he gets
not
to
how it works.
He gets to 100.100.
No, he would just get a
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
or,
1.1.
one or one. He only does a point if there is like an additional
Yeah,
question
yeah, I know,
relating to
I know.
the.
It was just
Look,
a farcical.
you've ruined everything, Cambo.
What are two things?
I would like to put. I know he put it here,
Yeah.
but I think driving. I'm going to put it out there. I'm above average. Okay, because there are so many idiots on the road that are terrible. I recently subscribed to Idiots in Cars
Right.
which is a subreddit, and tell you what, a lot of idiots in cars.
Really?
Yeah.
I reckon I'm right on that line. I'm between a 48
No,
and
you
a
are.
51.
You're very safe. I think you're better. You're a safer driver. Than
I'm a
me.
safe driver, yeah.
I think you're a safer driver than me.
But that's not cool.
But I think-
Fast and Furious movies aren't made about safe driving.
Yeah. Well, they should be.
They're made about
'cause then they
balding
would
middle-aged
be-
men.
Yeah, about family, isn't it? About
Yeah,
family,
probably,
Yeah.
something like
that. Yeah, I think. I just think there are so many dumb people. Right, but I also consider it for like, because I think of things like, you know, when you're at an intersection and there's a lot of traffic on like maybe ahead of you.
Yep.
And so you can't go forward even though it's a green light.
Yeah.
But a lot of people still do.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the people turning or then going straight when the lights change can't get through. That annoys me so much. And so many people do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, just chill out a bit. Just wait. You literally can't go forward anymore. It's bumper to bumper to traffic. You're not actually getting there any faster, really, even if you just manage to make this light. Like, drives me insane. Anyway.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I think I'm above average driver.
Right.
It's for that specific reason. Otherwise, I'm on my phone and have my feet up sometimes.
I think this is maybe an obvious one to people that listen to this, or in fact my other podcast that we're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah.
I think I have an above average knowledge of films.
Oh, definitely. I reckon you're in like the top 10%, 15 maybe in the world. Because I think
There's a
you
lot of other
know-
work in the film industry.
I know, but that's still a low percentage overall.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
And so that's why I think that you're really high, because your knowledge is really good, but also percentage-wise of the world,
Right, yeah.
it is a small amount of people.
Yes.
I've realized that sounds almost like an insult, but I'm saying you're very knowledgeable, Cameron.
It's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
You're real high up there,
Yeah.
honestly, because the numbers skewed.
Yeah. It's like I'm in the top 1% of driving my car.
All right, so what's something you think you're below average at?
I think I'm below average. I mean, again, I'm cheating because Rowan wrote it here, but I think drawing. I think I'm really bad at drawing.
Okay. But I
Um,
think the average ability to draw is low.
probably not high.
Like,
yeah.
I think
okay, yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
the
Maybe
average person isn't that good at drawing.
Mm.
So, like, I would say maybe I'm above average at drawing.
Yeah,
because
I think
can
you are
draw.
too, because you can't draw. Yeah.
Like, I'm not amazing or anything,
That's
but
right, yeah.
I can draw most
You
things.
only
okay.
need the ability to draw, and
Yeah.
then you're probably above average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're below average at it. I think you're about average.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right. I'm probably just
Only because the
average.
numbers are skewed.
Okay.
Obviously, you're a dickhead.
Oh, actually, one I thought that I'm above average at is
All right.
singing.
Another above average. Oof.
But again, it's not that I'm a good singer.
You're just a slightly
I'm
above
just
50.
above average, I think. Yeah, just
Yeah.
because there are a lot of people. I remember listening to these guys. I did singing lessons once,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a concert with these guys, and they were just terrible. They were these two brothers, twins, I think.
Yeah.
And they would just like tone deaf, right? And so they sort of just put a performance on, like they had lights going and they did like dance moves and stuff.
Sure.
Because they couldn't sing. And then I followed them on like Facebook, and they auto-tuned every single thing they did.
Really?
And you can tell that it's been auto-tuned. There's this like electronic, sound to their voice every time. I remember whining once. I was like, hey, like good work guys, but how about a natural one this time? And and they were people who were getting singing lessons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you've got to be below average because you can't hear yourself. They actually went on to like X Factor or one of those shows, and they got through the first round. But surprise, surprise, they had this story about their
some bully online. They kept telling them to sing naturally.
No, I think their mum was mentally ill,
Right.
and they didn't have their father wasn't around, so
The
they would kind of look
heartbreaking
after
story.
their mother. And so that's when I totally, there was always like that. The theory of all the contestants on the X Factor,
They have a
just
sob
have a sob story, and that's how they get in. This was the one where I was like, oh no, definitively, because I know these guys really well.
They're below average.
And they did the thing where the clip for them getting through, it wasn't their entire audition, because they can't do everybody's audition.
Sure.
It was just like a mini clip,
Uh-huh.
like 2 seconds where they were in tune, and then they told their sub story, and that was it. I was like, oh, I hate these TV shows. Why isn't there a TV show where there's no rules and people have to work them out?
Well,
I mean, there's lots of rules and people have to work them out.
This is a good segue because we're talking about music.
Yep.
And my above average was in knowledge, and I'm going to say my below average in knowledge as well is current music. And I think this applies to both of us.
Yeah, that's
I am
probably
so
true.
bad
Yeah.
at knowing who anyone is or what anyone sings
Yeah.
or anything to do with current music.
Yeah.
To the point where one of the girls that I work with, she brought her son in.
Yeah.
And she's like, my son's going to love you because he loves horror movies. And you know a lot about horror movies.
Yeah.
So she like brought him over. She's like, oh, this is Michael. He does a podcast
How
about
old
movies.
is her son?
Oh, like, I don't know. How old are kids? 13?
They range.
13 maybe?
Okay, that's pretty young for horror movies. Anyway,
Yeah,
continue.
yeah. He's quite young, but yeah, he dressed up
Bad
as the
parents, obviously.
So he was fascinated by like the fact that for my job I used to watch so many movies and I knew a lot about horror movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking like, oh, this kid thinks I'm pretty cool. All right. And then he just overheard me saying to someone, I was like, I'll be honest, I don't know who Post Malone is. And he turned around in his chair and he went, you don't know who Post Malone is?
Oh my god!
I was like, no, I know he's got tattoos on his face and whatever.
Yeah.
And I know he's got a song in the Spider-Verse movie
Yeah.
or something. He's like, you don't know who Post Malone is.
And Canva, I'm hoping you pulled out the millennial card and you said, "Hey, do you know technically I'm a millennial?" Though? And he's like, "All right, cool." Then you should have said, "I play Fortnite." Big fan of Ninja.
And then just dabbed away.
Yeah, so you do it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know who that person is that you just said.
No.
Wasn't even sure if it was a guy or girl until you said he has tattoos on his face. I'm below average in a lot of things, I think, if I really think about it.
Do you think Rowan was taking a jab when he said podcasting at the list?
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm going to put us at average, actually, for that. I'm going out on a limb.
Oh.
I know it might seem a little bit up ourselves. There are a lot of bad podcasts.
Again,
because you have to consider it's the percentage of how many exist in all of time. Because there are a lot of podcasts that do 1 or 2 episodes.
Right.
And they're terrible. One podcast I listened to was some guy who just went to the pub with his friends, recorded on his phone that he stuck in the middle of a table. And it was just like, you could just basically hear people chatting in a pub and sort of his friends were a little bit louder.
Right.
And there was no topic of conversation. And
Did you subscribe?
yeah. Obviously. It's really bummed when he didn't do a 3rd episode.
So again, you're saying we're average, but again, the numbers were on our side.
But it's not. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We're not good.
No. We're just average.
Average. That's it.
I think that is it.
That's it. Thanks for writing in,
Yeah.
Rowan. And
In
thank you
fact,
for writing in
If you want to write in, where do you go,
Amanda?
Nelson?
Reddit podcast.
At gmail.com.
READIT podcast
Yep.
at gmail.com. You can also reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and our subreddit. They're all READIT podcast. And we'd also like it if you could subscribe.
Yeah, restaurant.
All you
people.
restaurateurs. Obviously, I mean, I'm feeling sorry that the restaurant He's closed. They started to pack up. Everybody's just still sitting
But
around.
hey, wait staff.
No,
I know
no,
you
they're
wipe it-
listening. Don't get me wrong. They're enjoying it. But at the same time, they're like, well, as soon as this is over, we got to go
Yeah,
home.
we're gonna go.
So, like, all the dishes are done.
The jackets are on.
Yeah.
I get
The
you.
chefs normally leave early, because after they've done the last dish, that's it.
of
But
course.
they're still there. They're still listening.
Oh, that's good of them.
And they're probably going to subscribe.
Yeah, thank you.
I think. Read the podcast.
Rate the show is also a really handy thing as well. If you could
Yep.
rate it, specifically 5 stars.
Yes.
That's the best rating.
Mm-hmm.
That would really show us.
Yeah.
But I also want to know, and I want people to write in about this. Could you tell which of us said those phrases from
Yeah.
past episodes?
Do we have distinct
Yeah. Don't
characteristics?
cheat
or-
and just go with Nelson's answers.
Yeah.
Could you tell? Because some of them, I think, without me having known, I would have been pretty hard picked to find.
What I would also like for people to write in about is what are some of the games and rules that we wouldn't tell people on our game show about
that's good.
rules that people have to work out. I want to know because I think that there's just so much possibility.
Yeah. Write in the rule that we won't tell people. That's
We
good.
won't tell
That's
people.
good. That's good.
And the scenario in which they're in.
not often a thing that people say on podcasts, but don't write in about chuggers anymore.
Yeah, because we've already established.
Yeah, I get it.
Take chuggers.
I get it. I was wrong.
Oh, we've got a good AMA coming up next week.
Okay, good.
Next week. And that's it.
That's it. It's another one for the books.
I love the books. So thanks for listening, and we will read you later.